Hello, my Rotarian friends. Bob Rapp, it's 3:18 in the afternoon. I'm down here in the Silicon Valley at a very cool conference, and it's an AI conference for that I'm joining with General Motors, and it's been really fun. Um, my friends at Google have released a very cool thing in Google Gemini, and if you just search for Google Gemini, and and it's free, by the way, you can go use this for free. I'm going to do what's called a one shot prompt to do a children's story, and so I said I'm writing a children's story about a kitten who thought she was a lion, right? So please create 10 HD illustrations in the style of the Jungle Book of a tiny, cute, fluffy kitten who, when she roars, becomes in her mind a big, fierce lion, queen of the jungle. So then each scene we see the tiny kitten named Latana become a huge, fierce lion queen named Laquinda, all in the color, styles, and geography of the Africa Jungle Book, with the theme of believing in herself and becoming that smart, strong leader that she dreams she already is, by doing acts of kindness protect weaker members of her jungle community. And the moral of the story is act as you believe you are, and your help to fellow community members will move you to your goal of enlightened kindness, protection, and community. Output 8 different scenes in the village, at the river, on the mountain, on the plain, at the big community powwow, at the races, at worship services to the Great Spirit, at shopping in the fruit grove, and finally all laying down and resting by the river with the stars in the sky and all members helped by our hero together to end of the story happy and safe. So I haven't talked to Johnny Graff yet, but I know Johnny would appreciate community, protection, kindness, safety, collaboration, helping members of our community. I also combined some notions of the Lakota and other tribes that I've been working with, and obviously some notions of the Lion King and other things. Um, and so I got these original illustrations, and I think they're pretty darn good. So I've got my little kitten here who thinks she is a big old lion at different points. You notice, by the way, that the character remains consistent. That's super important. And so if you don't have skills with artificial intelligence, you don't need to because the model, the nano banana model and other models have gotten better so that we see resting gently together, everybody. Now I can download those images, okay? So each time I see those images, um, I can go here and I can say download the image right there. And I can also um, I can go do a property inspector to see how that prompt was created. But I'm going to show you what else I did. I said, well, um, and then I said, now create a story related to each of those images. So it did, based on my prompt. And then I thought to myself, well, one of the needs we have in Ellensburg is we have a lot of younger kids who are both English and Spanish speakers, or maybe only Spanish speakers, and we're always at a shortage of books. So use all these images to build a storybook to share as a PDF, okay? Which you did. There is our story, and I can now download that story if I'd like to. I'm actually gonna export that to my docs here in my Google documents. So I've got that as kind of my rough draft, right? And then I can go also um, share it as a link, which I'm going to actually do with on Facebook here. I'm going to copy that link. And I guess I won't do it on Facebook because I'm not logged in, but I'll copy that link and I'll share that off with you guys later. Then I said generate an audio overview. Okay. And so here's the audio overview.
Who, well, she has this extraordinary secret belief about herself.
Yeah, and our mission today really is to look at how Lantana's inner conviction, this powerful.
Now, that's interesting, but a little bit theoretical for a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 year old. So I also said maybe build me an interactive storybook edition. And I said, this is interactive, but I don't, and I just left placeholders for the pictures. But instead, I think I want to translate each page to English and Spanish and then do an audio clip that allows a child to select on the web page which she wants Siri wants. So I'm going to play it in
In
English,
a small village, nestled in the heart of
and then I've got it
en un
in.
pequeño pueblo, en el corazón de
Now my Spanish isn't great, so I would want someone who speaks Spanish. I always put human in the loop. I said make it a little friendlier, and then it updated the file here with the text integrated with pictures. So that's the beginning. Now, what we can do in a Rotary meeting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., go Ellensburg Morning Rotary, is we can do some interactive things. And let's think of some things that are positive. Some of my favorite ones are the kitten who thought he was a dog, Good Night Moon, Almost Perfect, but not quite, Where the Wild Things Are. So let's think about that together and let's think how we can make the world a better place through service above self. Thanks, everybody. I'll be presenting tomorrow morning. And if I get run over by a truck, which I would like to avoid, you'll have this video that you can share on the concept. And all you need to know is you can go to gemini.google.com. You just and it's free to sign up. You could also do the same thing in a bunch of other tools, but I'm not going to try to make it complex for anybody. Uh, Thank you. Appreciate you. And thanks to the Literacy Committee. Thanks, Jenny, for keeping us all honest and finding a replacement speaker. I love the work that each of you do, and I'm really excited for the golfing in the library that's coming up in a few weeks. I'd like to sponsor a whole. Thanks, everybody. Take care.